House was already on the record as supporting, including strengthening the background check system. The administration did give states and this new federal commission a significant amount of influence on what new future measures the White House could get behind.
More protests in Sacramento overnight after the shooting of an unarmed black man last weekend.
Stephon Clark! Stephon Clark!
Protesters briefly took over part of Sacramento City Hall. Police officers thought Stephon Clark had a gun. When they opened fire, he was actually holding a cell phone. You're listening to ABC News.
Doors are being slammed in your face, and bad credit is holding you back from buying a house, car, even getting a credit card. $99 can put your credit back to a 720 or higher. That's right, just $99. Bankruptcy, tax liens, judgments, and even late pays can be removed from credit reports by calling the Giving Days Foundation. A nonprofit organization is here to help. Federal law allows you to challenge each and every item on your credit report. We'll recalculate your personal credit score for only $99 and repair your personal credit for free. Just be one of the first 10 callers. Take our personal credit challenge. Get your credit score to a 720. 800-482-4094. Call now to recalculate your personal credit score for only $99 and repair your personal credit for free. Call now. 800-482-4094. Don't miss this great free credit repair. Just be one of the first 10 callers. 800-482-4094.
Another hack attack on a big American city. This time, someone has gone after Baltimore's 911 system, causing a 17-hour outage. City of Atlanta has been dealing with a ransomware attack for days after hackers encrypted the data on several of the city's computer systems. Some are still down. One of the country's biggest health insurance companies now says it's found ways to cut back on opioid use.
Back in 2016, Cigna began limiting prescriptions for opioids and started alerting doctors when it suspected a patient was misusing prescriptions. The insurer reportedly focused on effective addiction treatment and non-opioid pain-killing alternatives, things like physical therapy and acupuncture. Last October, the health insurer also said it's no longer covering payments for OxyContin. The CDC says between 1999 and 2016, more than 200,000 people died from overdoses related to prescription opioids. Sharon Reed, ABC News.
The disaster at a fertility clinic near Cleveland was far worse than we previously thought. Now we're getting word that every embryo was lost when a refrigeration tank failed, 4,000 of them. That's twice as many as the University Hospital Clinic first had reported. And France wants to see kids in school at 3 years old. French President Emmanuel Macron made the announcement today, requiring that school start for all kids at age 3. Right now, kids have to be in school by the time they are 6. This is ABC News.
It's time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Zoom gives you flawless video, crystal clear audio, and instant sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit Zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC.
Well, with springtime here, head on over to Oakland Feed and Seed for the things you need. Things like grass seed and garden seed, 10-10-10 fertilizer and 17-17-17 fertilizer. Oakland Feed and Seed carries Kentucky 31 and Rebel Turf and 5-star blend grass seed. That'll look good, won't it? They'll weigh up garden seed by the ounce or by the pound. How much do you need? They'll weigh up grass seed by the pound. Whatever your needs are, Scott and his team at Oakland Feed and Seed will try their best to do it for you. Need strong weed killer? Get it by the quart, gallon, and this Killzall 2.5 gallons is only $49.99. Get rid of them quick. That fish box, 100 count, $19.99. Why don't you come check Oakland Feed and Seed out and check prices? All your animal health needs, from dog shots to wormers. And don't forget to pick up some fire ant control, too. They have what you need at Oakland Feed and Seed, Oakland Road, Spindale, locally owned and locally run.
We'll see skies that vary between mostly cloudy and partly sunny around the area today. It will be a little breezy from the southwest, and that'll leave us a good deal warmer than the last few days. We'll have highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. Tonight will be partly cloudy and mild. We'll look for a light southwest wind. Our lows dropping into the 50s. Then partly sunny for Thursday. Windy at times and even warmer. Highs tomorrow 74 to 79. We'll have a chance of some showers or storms later tomorrow night. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Not a bad day today, weather-wise, not a bad day at all. Mostly cloudy with highs around 72. No rain, but some wind gusts to 23 miles per hour today. We've had that wind deal for a while. And then tonight, isolated shower possibilities popping up by 20%. Now let's look toward Easter weekend. Saturday, beautiful, mostly sunny on Saturday with highs around 66 and light wind. Then Sunday, partly cloudy, highs around 69. Light wind there as well. So Easter Sunday is going to be a beautiful, beautiful morning to wake up to. Right now it's 42 degrees here at WCAB. WCAB in Rutherford, and today we're being kind to Bob Peeler of Ellenboro. Bob is retired, celebrating a birthday today. So if you know Bob, congratulate him because he's now the newest member of the WCAB Be Kind to Hall of Fame. Now I have these death announcements. Lillian Robbins Robertson, age 100, of Caroline, died Tuesday at Fairhaven home of Bostic. A memorial service will be held 2 o'clock on Saturday at Caroline Baptist Church with Reverend Alan Hall and Reverend Dr. Bobby Gann officiating. The family will receive friends after the service in the church fellowship hall. Burial will be private for the immediate family at Rutherford County Memorial Cemetery. The Patchett King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of the arrangements for Lillian Robert, with Reverend Pat Job officiating. Burial will follow in the Cool Springs Cemetery. Visitation will be from 1 until 2 prior to the service. Roy Bennett, 82, of Gilkey, died Monday at home. Arrangements are incomplete and will be announced later by McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Services for Roy Bennett. Betty Ware Hutchins, age 86, of Rutherfordton, died Monday, March 26, at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. The family will receive friends from 11 until 12 Thursday, March 29th, at Britton Presbyterian Church. The funeral service will be at Britton Presbyterian Church at 12 o'clock Thursday, with Reverend Ted Grant and Reverend George Hutchins officiating. Burial will be at Britton Presbyterian Church Cemetery. McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Services in charge of the arrangements for Betty Ware Hutchins. Mildred Bridges Terry, age 91, died Tuesday, March 27th at Fairhaven, Forey City. Graveside services will be held 1 o'clock Thursday at Joshua Baptist Church with Reverend Neil Murray officiating. Crow's Mortuary is serving the family of Mildred Bridges Terry. Those are the death announcements we have this morning in-house. The complete information on these and others as they become available to us can be heard today at 11:35 and then again at 5:10 as part of the afternoon report. Here on the most information for the Foothills, AM 590 WCAB in Rutherford. And we're streaming the signal on www.wcab59.com. And right now on Northland Cable Channel 5. We have our first Braves game coming up Thursday. Braves and the Phillies, 2:55 p.m. on Thursday.
A man of the cloth, a pastor, has asked the mayor of Chicago to change the names of 2 parks in his neighborhood. Bishop James Dukes, pastor to Liberation Christian Center, says Chicago has no business honoring George Washington and Andrew Jackson. He says that both were slave owners, which is especially offensive in Chicago's black communities. He told the media, "When my children or grandchildren walk through these parks and say, 'Grandfather, wasn't he a slave owner?' How do I explain that? And how do I reconcile that with their views of what heroes are?" Pastor Dukes says that he isn't trying to eradicate history. He just wants it put where it belongs so it can be taught properly. Now, who does Pastor Dukes think is worthy of having their names on community parks? Well, he offered a couple of ideas. The Reverend Jackson or Michael Jackson. Actor Leslie Odom Jr., who performed in the Broadway musical Hamilton, also weighed in. He told TMZ that pulling down statues of Washington and Jefferson should be on the table for discussion. Perhaps the better question for Rahm Emanuel, the mayor, and Pastor Davis and Mr. Odom isn't what the name of the parks ought to be. It's whether children and grandchildren who visit the parks in Chicago these days stand a chance of getting out of them alive. I mean, there's a lot of people getting shot in Chicago. You remember that, right? Kids, too. My friends, if you own land, you know that spring is the best time of year to get work done on your property. Now, during the month of March, my good friends at Mahindra have special red tag savings on the toughest tractors and utility vehicles on earth. During the Mahindra Red Tag Sale, enjoy up to $7,900 in tractor cash back and savings, or utility vehicle savings up to $1,700. Plus, Mahindra's industry-leading warranties will come standard. So get the most out of your land and your budget with Mahindra's Spring Red Tag Savings. You'll see why 98% of Mahindra owners would recommend one to a neighbor. Learn more about rugged Mahindra utility vehicles and the world's #1 selling tractor at MahindraUSA.com.
Take advantage of rock-bottom prices and test drive a Mahindra today at East Rutherford Equipment in Ellenboro, or visit EastRutherfordEquipmentLLC.com. That's EastRutherfordEquipmentLLC.com.
No silly giggling, no vulgar jokes, always family-friendly programming. From AM 590, WCAB, Rutherfordton.
Listen to Gilbert Talks Taxes live every Saturday morning from 8 to 9. If you have questions about taxes, taxation, or tax law, call the studio at 287-3356 or call me at 289-9300. I'll try to answer your question on the air.
One of the hottest things going on in automobile world today is the fuel-efficient Ford Escape from Sisk Family Ford. You get more value for your money with the Ford Escape, and you'll appreciate the comfort and the value in this remarkable automobile. Try one on for comfort today at Sisk Family Ford, and whenever you need top-of-the-line service on any automobile you own, be sure to bring it to the experts at Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
For a meal that you'll enjoy each and every time, if you'll go to Gregory's Original. Delicious meal from Gregory's should be a top priority when you're going out to eat. They serve up great burgers, pasta plates, grinders, steaks, sandwiches, delicious sandwiches, or fresh garden salad. They have a great salad bar there. Make one stop and you'll be hooked at Gregory's. It's a Rutherford County favorite. You'll find them over in the Park Lane Plaza, Rutherford. And if you want to call it in and just carry it back to the office or carry it home at night, here's the phone number to call. It's 287-2171, 287-2171. Eat in or take it out with you. Or better yet, when you have a big event or a small event and need a caterer, Gregory's can do it with perfection. Gregory's Original.
One of our country's earliest industrialists was John Jacob Astor, and in the early 1800s, an industry that made men wealthy was fur trading. Astor formed the American Fur Company to acquire pelts from trappers, transport them back east, and sell them. In 1828, he established a trading post where the Yellowstone River merged with the Missouri. Astor was a ruthless man. Unlike most fur operations that were small backwoods affair, Astor's American Fur Company rivaled Eastern companies in its progressiveness. During this time, furs were brought out by using small man-powered keelboats to civilization, and then they were placed on steamboats to be transported back east. Astor realized that if he could transport the furs in a much more efficient manner, he could all but eliminate his competition. So he decided to take a steamboat all the way up the Missouri to his trading post. He had an extra sturdy one built with a large cargo deck to carry the furs and a high wheelhouse so the pilot could avoid the many obstacles on the Missouri River. On March 26, 1832, this steamboat, called the Yellowstone, started up the Missouri River, and in June it reached his trading post. Other steamboats followed, and they regularly went up and down the Missouri when the water wasn't too low or frozen. As a result, John Astor was able to virtually eliminate his competition. Depending on how you looked at it, as a result of innovation, businesses were either built or destroyed. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Hump Day Wednesday, let's get started with our news hour and find out what's been happening over the past 24 hours or so. And we stop first at the Sheriff's Department, and Deputy Butron is on the phone to give us an update from there. Good morning. How you doing?
Good, sir. How are you doing?
Doing fine, thank you. Tell us what's been going on.
In the past 24 hours, the Sheriff's Office has responded to 133 calls for service. The jail's processed 7 arrests, and there's currently 162 detainees in the jail. For arrest reports, Christopher Michael Barnes was charged with a misdemeanor larceny. Justin Dylan Fowler was charged with an assault with a deadly weapon. Owen Penton was charged with a misdemeanor larceny and a second-degree trespass. Eva Agnes Barnes was charged with possession of Schedule 2 controlled substance and a misdemeanor possession of Schedule 6 controlled substance. Robin Brian Frady was charged with possession of stolen goods. For incident reports, Teresa Johnson reported identity theft. Brian Kevin Cole Jr. reported a felony larceny and a breaking and entering. Amanda Workman Davis reported a misdemeanor larceny. Franklin Trent Watson reported a breaking and entering and a larceny after breaking and entering. And Sharon Bailey Gode reported a breaking and entering and a larceny after breaking and entering. That's all we have for today.
Deputy Beardron, thank you so much for that report, and you be safe out there today.
Thank you, sir.
See you. Bye-bye. And 911 Communications report is up next.
Here's what our customers think about McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I love my McCurry Deck Buick.
I love my McCurry Deck Chevrolet.
We love our McCurry Deck GMC. We guarantee you'll love McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC for city.
I am definitely a McCurry Deck customer for life.
I love the price and the McCurry Deck Customer for Life Rewards program. It gives you up to $3,000 or more in rewards.
Take the easy drive to savings. McCurry Deck for a city. Discover the rewards of being a customer for life.
Jessica is going to give us an update from the Communications Center this morning. Jessica, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, thank you. What's on the report?
In the past 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 377 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 40 EMS calls, 16 for rescues. Sheriff's Office responded to 133, Forest City to 81, Lake Lure to 7, Rutherford to 13, Spindale to 55. Fire call Spindale responded to a vehicle accident, and that's all we've got today.
Thanks, Jessica. You have a good day.
You do the same.
Bye. Well, some folks begin to experience it at earlier ages. Other folks begin to experience it later on in their life. But if you are beginning to experience loss of hearing, you need to take note that Miracle Ear in Forest City would be glad to assist you with your questions, your answers. Millions of satisfied Miracle Ear customers around the world have depended on Miracle Ear. There is no better respected or well-known brand in hearing aids than Miracle Ear. Schedule your free hearing test by calling Lisa Terry at 828-368-4126. You may want to ask about Miracle Ear Genius 2.0 with the advanced technology. The high-def sound quality that adapts to your surroundings automatically. It zeroes in on conversations while reducing distracting background noise, and it prevents those embarrassing whistling noises that occur sometimes. Check on that Miracle Ear Genius 2.0. Ask Lisa all about it. At Miracle Ear, Forest City office is 1512 West Main Street, Suite 102. And over in Shelby is 1506 East Dixon Boulevard. And here's Ruby Taylor with the Danieltown SDO report. Good morning, Ruby.
Good morning.
What's on your report today?
Well, the fire department didn't have any calls, and I've got one birthday, and it's Brian Pope, and hope he has a nice day today. And the signs are in the bells today and tomorrow. And, Jim, that's all I got.
Thanks, Ruby. You enjoy your Wednesday.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
We're being kind today to Bob Peeler of Ellenboro. Bob has a birthday. He is retired, and we hope he's already off to a good start for Bob Peeler as he gets all kinds of recognition for being the Be Kind 2 Hall of Famer on this Wednesday, the 28th of March.
Your car only needs one place to prepare for the cooler months ahead. RS Speedy Lube, Railroad Avenue, Ruth. RS Express Inspection Station can get you back on the road and keep you legal. RS Speedy Lube Station has 2 lanes to get you in and out in no time. They carry wiper blades and will rotate your tires. Complete car care altogether, including transmission flush and car wash. Count on Chris and his team to take care of all your car needs. Make it your first stop. RS Speedy Lube Service Center, Railroad Avenue in Ruth.
Well, Steve, how are things up at beautiful Rumbling Ball this morning?
Good morning, Jim. It is beautiful. It feels good, too.
Yes,
43 degrees, and things are looking up for the temperatures. I think we're in the middle 70s today.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, so it's going in the right direction for me. We've had a little bit of a power issue here in the last couple of days. They've been having a hard time. Duke Energy's been having a hard time finding, because it's an isolated issue, and it's just somewhere underground. There's a problem, and I didn't mention it yesterday. It's just a few people, but they're really inconvenienced. So they're working on that. I don't know what to say. They're still here. So they've been here like 48 hours trying to pinpoint it.
Wow.
Hopefully they narrowed it down enough to where they're about done with it. But they've been working all night, 2 nights in a row.
Are these vacationers that are experiencing this?
Yes, actually a few of them. A few of them are not vacation. Some are homeowners. But, yeah, so we're...
Not a pleasant experience for them, then, is it?
Yes. We've been hearing, complaints and such. So we're trying to do what we can to offset it a little bit here and there.
Sure.
The problems. So, but
it is what it is.
Yes, sir. And they're trying to work on it. So what else can we do or say? Fish are biting. A fellow showed me a picture of a 10-pound bass that he caught over here in our private lake, and he threw it back in there. So there's a 10-pound bass over there for somebody else, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
Good way to start a season, isn't it?
yeah, I know it is. So it's I've been seeing some good strings of fish. People have been pulling out of that lake. So a lot of happy fishermen. So it's getting to that season. So it's good not to have to look at that white stuff for a while.
Yes.
I think we've had enough. We've had snow in early April before, but I think we're hopefully past that point. But we'll see.
Well, actually, looks like Easter Sunday's going to be kind of nice this year.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Maybe we can enjoy some nice weather, because I think it's April 1st.
Yes.
Yeah, for the first time in a long time. So that'll be interesting too.
Maybe we can hunt those Easter eggs without having to wear a big coat.
I know, maybe in our pajamas. So, other than that, it's been fairly quiet. Well, I mean, we're going to have a real busy weekend, as we always do, Easter weekend. So, but come before that store. At least our lake's almost up, so we're good there too.
Good. Well, enjoy your day, Steve.
Okay, same to you, Jim.
See you. Bye-bye. Well, you don't like to admit it, and sometimes it's embarrassing, but it's something we need to face up to. And that means those creepy crawler things that come out to embarrass us at the most inopportune time sometime, or we see them crawling over a dining room table. We need to get rid of them. And it's easy. It's just a phone call to Hutchins Pest Control. And that phone number is 287-5171, 287-5171. If you see one, there's more back there. So let them take care of it. They have an honest, dependable, and on-time service lifestyle they go by, and they appreciate the confidence you've placed in them. And they've been voted best in the business 8 years in a row. That means something to them, and they value that, and they work hard to continue that trust that you have placed in them. So call them if you want to get your home looking good and protected. Call 287-5171. That's Hutchins Pest Control.
I told my friend about Olmsted Plumbing, and boy, was she happy.
What did she have to say?
I told her to call 245-7302, and they would get right out there.
And did she say she would
I told her to ask around. Homeowners, builders, and everybody likes Olmsted. Eric and Chad Olmsted and their team understand the homeowners' needs, and I like that.
They have an inventory of replacement parts and specialized equipment and tools for any job.
I told her that, too.
Well, what was that number again?
245-7302. That's 245.
Yeah, I got it. 245-7302. Olmsted Plumbing. 7:26 on this Hump Day Wednesday morning. Let's get up to Mount Vernon Community, Hudlow Fire District, and talk with Mr. Bob Hodge. Bob, how you doing this morning?
Oh, we're doing good on this Hump Day morning.
Good. You got your Easter eggs dyed already?
Yeah, well, we're getting ready for all that.
All right. Bought you Easter candy and all those good things.
Yeah, start dyeing some eggs, I reckon, for the grandkids.
You know, I saw a television ad the other night. They're pushing buying presents now to give at Easter time, like we do at Christmas. They talk about these gifts will make great gifts for Easter to give to somebody. I thought, when did we start doing that at Easter time? I guess they're trying to make a big commercial deal out of that.
I know it, but, well, I guess the grocery stores will be pretty busy because people, have Easter dinners and
we love to
stuff
eat.
like that. So
yeah,
there'll be a lot of people grocery shopping for the weekend.
Yeah, and the chickens better lay a lot of eggs because we'll need a lot of eggs.
Yeah, eating a lot of eggs and all that there. Yeah, but I have plenty of eggs. I've been having to give them away there.
You have chickens?
Got a few chickens there, and seem like they just lay. They really laying good there.
Yeah, all right. You must be feeding them well.
Oh yeah, I'm feeding that there laying mash there.
Yeah,
They're sure laying there.
How many chickens do you have?
I got 16. I'm generally having over about a dozen or over a dozen eggs a day. So
wow,
that mounts up there. I'm keeping the neighborhood full of eggs there. I tell you.
I bet you are. Boy.
Oh.
The fresh eggs are much better than those you buy in the store anyway, aren't they?
Oh yeah. I've got the brown eggs and the white eggs. So they're big eggs. Some of them so big I can't close a carton in it there hardly. Yeah. So they're really putting out the eggs right now. But look like it's gonna be a pretty day up here, Jim, and be back like springtime here. And get out and enjoy the sunshine today. And with the fire department, we've just been dispatched to a medical call. That's possibly a stroke patient on Smith Road right now. And that's about it with the fire department. And also Mount Hebron United Methodist Church is having their Easter sunrise service this coming Sunday morning. And that starts at 7 p.m. Breakfast will be served after the service. Jim, that's about it up here this morning.
All right, Bob. I appreciate the report each day, and you have a great day up there and enjoy it. And I'll see you back here tomorrow.
All right.
See you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bob Hodge reporting out of Hudlow this morning, 29 minutes after 7.
The Recliner Center is happy to introduce new styles of Spring Air mattresses. Some come with the cool gel that you're going to love. Remember the days when you could flip your mattress? Well, Spring Air is now offering the flippable mattress. Check out these for a really great night's sleep. The Recliner Center is needing to make room for some new styles of lift chairs, recliners, and sofas, and you're going to get some special deals on the floor models and extra inventory in the store. Now, you always know you get the best deals in town at the Recliner Center, and now's the best time to go shopping. Check on the inventory of new recliners, sofas, and lift chairs coming in. Now, some of the styles have a new water-repellent fabric. Water beads up instead of soaking into the fabric. Leave it to the Recliner Center to offer you the best choices and best prices. Ask to see the new wall hugger style furniture. Hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherfordton.
Well, you know, I can't say enough good things about that Target flooring that's sold at Southern Carpet. I know how beautiful it is and how resilient it is. And I'd like you to know more about it, too. Target flooring available at Southern Carpet. You'll find right now that's a good time to get it. And go by, talk with Southern Carpet. You'll find a perfect floor to fit your home, your lifestyle. A bunch of kids or no kids at all, a bunch of pets, no pets at all. They got something to fit your home and your budget. So hurry in, take advantage of some great deals right now at Southern Carpet, and ask to see that Target flooring. 1512 West Main Street, Forest City, or visit them on the web at southerncarpet.net. Now we're checking in over Cherry Mountain Fire District. That's where Sue Price resides. Good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
How are things in your household today?
Well, so far everything's going all right.
Good. How are things in your fire department over there?
Well, I think they've been quiet. I knew our neighbor called one of the first responders, and he came out. His brother-in-law had went up to see about him because they couldn't get him on the phone, and he had fallen. So they She called me a while ago and said they were in Charlotte. They'd moved him down there. He's got some bleeding on the brain, so
no.
Hope he's going to be all right. We just keep him in prayer.
Yeah. Hope he's going to be okay.
Yeah. I started out at 42 degrees this morning, and it looks like we're going to have some sunshine today. That'll be a welcome sight. And I don't have a single birthday or anniversary on my calendar, so we hope anybody that is celebrating a birthday or anniversary will have a good day today. And in my announcements, the Hopewell Hollis Clubhouse over on Hollis Road in Ellenboro will be having a smoked chicken and pulled pork supper April the 7th. And that's from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Adults are $10, children 6 to 12, $5, and under 6 is free. So get ready for a real good supper. They always have a good one there. Revival coming up at Mount Pleasant Baptist Church in beautiful Golden Valley. That'll start Sunday, April 8th. They'll have 11 a.m. service and a 6 p.m. service. Then Monday through Wednesday, it will start at 7 p.m. Pastor Robbie Hensley of Goods Grove Baptist Church in Moseboro will be doing this preaching. And Reverend Jerry Roop and the congregation invite everyone to attend. The Dickens Creek Presbyterian Church will not be having Bible study tonight. Tomorrow night, Monday, Thursday service starts at 6 p.m. And then Friday, we have a Good Friday service at noon, and Easter sunrise service starts at 7 p.m. And let's see, First Broad's having a children's Easter party on Saturday the 31st at 1 o'clock. And I believe that's all the news I have, Jim. It's just quiet and calm over here looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one.
Thanks, Sue. You too, and you and Richard have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye-bye.
That's the Cherry Mountain Fire District report this morning. Well, Save-A-Lot grocery store, they've got an Easter special going on just through today. Started yesterday, going through today for Easter savings. Take advantage on specials like these pork ribs, only $1.29 a pound. Pork chops, $1.49 a pound. Cube beef steak only, $2.99 per pound. T-bone steak, $3.99. Boneless chicken breast, $1.49 a pound. Classic coleslaw mix, 79 cents per bag. Get these super deals and more when you shop at Save-A-Lot Grocery Store in the White Oaks Plaza in Spindale. These prices good only through today, ends today. So hurry on over there, and happy Easter from your local Save-A-Lot Grocery Store. It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide daycare services for an aging parent or loved one. Rutherford Life Care can be just what you're looking for. Rutherford Life Care offers adults a safe and fun place during the day for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and daily activities. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. Call them today and let them answer questions you may have. That's 288-1697, 288-1697. Rutherford Life offers a staff of professionals who show the love and compassion that you entrust your loved ones to. That's Rutherford Life Care Services, located on Thunder Road, Spindale. Again, that phone number is 288-1697. Hey, if you're a do-it-yourselfer around the house, or if you're a professional builder or contractor, you've got a friend over at Henson Building Material. Bring your ideas over to Henson Building Material. Boy, what a variety of choices they have, and with expert help to go with it. Looking to change maybe some light fixtures, or put up a new fan, or bring your ideas over to Henson Building Material. They have beautiful varieties and expert help to go with it. If you're a do-it-yourselfer kind of person, you need Henson Building Material professionals to offer you suggestions and help along the way. The folks at Henson's take a lot of pride in their showroom design center, and they love to show it to you. They love to help you decide what's best for your home and your budget. Not only should you compare prices, but compare quality too before you buy. At Henson's Building Material, you get quick in and out hassle-free service. I like that. And listen, should they not have your item in stock, which I doubt, but if they should not have your item in stock, they can sure buddy get it for you. They keep a full supply of shingles, full variety of paints, water heaters, and so much more. They can even cut keys for home and auto, including those chip keys. They can do that. Duke Street, Forest City, 7:30 to 5, Monday through Friday, 8 to 12 on Saturday. More than just a lumber yard anymore. Check them before you make your next purchase. Henson Building Material. Now here's Brenda Kelly up in Union Mills with the Kelly Report. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you on this wonderful Wednesday morning? We're going to have sunshine, right?
We are going to have some sun today.
Oh, I'm tickled to death.
Mostly cloudy, but there may be some sun peeking out after a while.
Yeah.
We're going to try for it anyway. We're going to lasso that sun, bring it down a little while.
That's right. We need it, don't we?
Yeah, it'll be good to have sun shining on our shoulders.
That's right. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But we hope everybody's having a good day so far today. I've got 38 degrees on the front porch. Birthdays and anniversaries today. I've got Molly Hunter, Paul and Nellie West, an anniversary. Joe Camp, excuse me, Jimmy and Jamie Starnes, an anniversary. On Round Hill, it's Seth Jones' birthday, so we hope all these people have a great old big day on their special day. In ways of announcements, the Gilbert School Community Center is going to have an Easter egg hunt March the 31st at 1 p.m. This is for children 12 and under. Prizes and refreshments will be after the Easter egg hunt, and the Easter bunny will be there. And so far, that's all the announcements I have. I don't know of anything else going on, and I didn't mean to take away that woman's advertisement over yonder.
Oh, that was great.
But it just impressed me when I went in there.
Yeah, that's great. I love to hear those kind of testimonies from our advertisers. They do a good job over there dropping in Boston.
Yeah, and they had them. When we called, this woman said, "No, we ain't got hams." And this man said, "Yes, we do. I done found them back here in the corner."
Yeah.
I said, "Well, it ain't been long since they changed hands, has it?"
That's right. That's right.
And they probably hadn't got used to everything yet.
But when I was over there, first time I walked through it to sort of get a feel of, they had some big country hams there in those cloth, and they said you can slice them any way you want them sliced.
Oh, that makes me want to just go over and get a piece and cook it.
Man, I tell you, get the country ham.
Open the windows and let the neighbors smell it.
There you go. Boy, I love the smell of that country ham cooking, don't you?
Oh, I know it. That's good. I know when we was growing up, we always had country ham because we raised them, so we always had country ham and stuff like that. And I thought, I always thought we was so poor, but I guess we was richly blessed. I thought, think of the people that didn't have country ham.
That's right. That's right. Every Christmas morning we have country ham, whether we need it or not.
There you go.
Country ham and grits. And,
that sounds good. Red-eye gravy.
Scrambled eggs and biscuits and all those good things.
Oh, you're making me hungry.
Makes me want Christmas. Makes me wish Christmas was here.
Well, it's Easter. Maybe you can do it for Easter.
There you go. That's how I thought about that.
There you go. That'd work, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Country ham and deviled eggs.
There you go.
You don't like deviled eggs, do you?
I do, but I don't put mayonnaise in mine. I put sour cream.
Oh, yeah. Well, I bet that'd be good.
Sour cream and mustard.
Yep. I've had them with
I
mustard.
used to do it with pet milk and mustard, but I've changed over to sour cream and mustard. I just ain't going to eat, man. I'm not much on eggs. I was listening to Bob talk about his eggs. I can't stand the barnyard egg.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like them. They're good for baking cakes and pies, but to eat one, I think they got a strong taste to them. No, I ain't. I don't eat very many eggs anyway.
So you rather have them out of the store than the barn?
Yeah, and I want the white ones. I don't want no brown ones.
You know they come from the same place, don't you?
Well, they might do. I don't know, but a lot of people that raises chickens let them run out and they just eat anything. I like to think that the chickens are kept up and they just feed from, like he said.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But no.
A lot of people, I know folks that won't eat fried chicken on the bone. If it's
there's a lot of people don't like that. Yeah.
You take it off the bone, they'll eat it. But if it's still on the bone, like a chicken leg, they won't eat it.
Oh, my favorite thing of chicken is chicken leg and chicken thigh.
Yep.
That's my favorite kind. I don't like the white meat. It's dry.
It is a little dry, yeah.
Yeah. You have to have a little bit of gravy with it.
When I was growing up, that was my piece of chicken. Was a chicken leg. I guess my mama thought I could hold it better than anything else.
Yeah,
she gave me
love
the chicken leg.
Yeah.
And if we had a lot of company, what much chicken to go around, I'd get the chicken gizzard.
Oh yeah, I like that too. Yeah. I bet your daddy being a preacher, I bet you would say, "Oh, we don't have company today."
Yeah, we ate a lot of fried chicken growing up.
Yeah. Well, Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
Sure.
Yeah.
I feel like cackling sometimes.
Jim, you won't do.
Listen, bro, you have a great day.
You have a good one. We'll catch you later.
Bye-bye. Brenda Kelly reporting out of Union Mills this morning with the Kelly Report. 41 minutes now past 7.
Health insurance is complicated, and with healthcare reform on the way, it's not getting any simpler. If you've got questions, we've got agents. Your local Farm Bureau insurance agent can walk you through the changes and offer you the right healthcare plan with the right benefits for you. Healthcare may be changing, but our superior service isn't. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Well, Farmer's Friend across the road here, Farmer's Friend Feed Seed and Supply LLC, can get you ready for your gardens. They've got in stock red Pontiac seed potatoes, the Kennebec seed potatoes, the Yukon Gold seed potatoes. They also have onion sets available and all kinds of fertilizer for your yard, your garden. And you get ready to do some grilling out. They got propane grill tanks, 20-pound only, $10.99. And it's the time to start your pre-emergent with your lawns for crabgrass prevention, too. Fish Day is coming up Wednesday, April 4th, 1:30 to 2 o'clock. Check with them on that. And all kinds of generic dog food available, and the special kind as well. And they still have dog beds 20% off. So get your dog a new bed. At Farmer's Friend Feed Seeding Supply, you'll find them at 188 Whiteside Road, Rutherfordton, and they're just yelling distance from here. 287-3272 is their phone number. Well, if you're getting ready for doing some traveling or just running around from job to job, or from home to job, and your air conditioner's not working too good, why not check with Ellenberg's Garage up in Gilkey? They can work on that air conditioner and get you cooled off again. And besides that, if your car's beginning to shimmy a little bit and shake a little bit, you need to check out that new state-of-the-art four-wheel alignment machine. Jimmy's got that. Boy, it is a nice one. And you'll be back on the road in no time with a smooth ride. It's not good to ride very much with the car that's out of line. So get that taken care of before spring and summer starts, too. All size cars or trucks. And it's the newest one out there. It's on display up there at Jimmy's Ellenberg's Garage. And you can get it fixed up. And also, the transmission need flushing. They take care of that. If you need new tires, they can take care of that. It's all at your one-stop, locally owned and locally run Ellenberg's Garage. I keep emphasizing locally run, locally operated. We need to support our folks that built their businesses right here, and they're locally owned. So support locally owned Ellenberg's Garage up at 110 Lowing Mill Road across from the old Gilkey School. The phone number is 287-7996. Here's Luther Gilligan on the phone now from Ellenboro, North Carolina, US of A. Luther, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Having a good time.
Great, man.
Looking forward to warmer weather.
It's coming.
And some sunshine.
It's coming.
But slowly. Well, hey, it's better than going the other way. But it'll warm up here one day. We'll be saying, boy, we should cool off. Can't be happy. It's a quiet day down here. It's quiet this morning. Nothing going on. Everybody just grabbing their gas, getting their biscuit and their coffee, heading on out to work. Middle of the week, try and get the middle done and be on the downhill drag. Let's see, the fire department, they had one medical call last night about 9:30, 10 o'clock, somewhere in that. And they haven't had anything since, so everything's quiet on their side. Let's see, we want to wish happy birthday today. Kevin Cobb, he's had one. And Brock Bears had one. And Officer Jeremy Deeds had one. And Jamie Francis Wilson down here, they're having a wedding anniversary today. So these people have a great day and enjoy their day. And remind everybody of the egg hunt, the Easter egg hunt tonight, 6 o'clock there at Bethel Church. Going to be having a hot dog supper there, and games for the kids, and Easter egg hunt and all that. Then 7 o'clock Sunday morning, be having a sunrise service out there at the Venison Mall. If it's not raining, if it's raining, they'll have it inside the sanctuary. So just come on out tonight, have a good time out there, and get you hot dogs, and just enjoy life. And nothing else going on down here, so you have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Luther, I appreciate it. Enjoy your day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Take care now.
All right, bye-bye. Luther Gilligan reporting out of Ellenboro, North Carolina, and he leaves us time for a birthday party. And if you are celebrating, we want to celebrate with you. Call us at 287-3356. Your birthday. We'll put you in the drawing for the delicious Daylight Donuts from Granny B's. 287-3356. Birthday party coming up. Rutherford Regional Health System now features its walk-in services at Forest City Family Care at 212 Allendale Drive, Forest City, just behind the Tri-City Mall. Those needing walk-in care enjoy the same great services, but now at the new location. They continue to operate Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. The scope of services remain unchanged for the walk-in patients. When you don't have an appointment but need to be seen quickly, we hope you'll choose the walk-in services now located at the rear entrance of Forest City Family Care. Listen, guys and gals, if you want to be the hero of the morning, if you're on your way to work, your office, or you're planning something, you want to do something nice for your fellow workers, stop by the drop-in food store and get some of those delicious liver mush biscuits. They're only $8.99 a piece. Now, if they don't like liver mush, get the country ham or get sausage in them. But the liver mush biscuits are on special for 99 cents, and they get yourself a hot cup of 12-ounce S&D coffee. That's only 99 cents. You got a great breakfast for only $1.98. Why don't you take some biscuits into your workers this morning? And you'll also find every day for veterans, Rutherford County Veteran Service only is the Drop-In's the only platinum sponsor there is. And Drop-In Food Store takes care of our veterans. They get 10% off all day, every day. The veterans, remember that when you get ready to buy something, go to Drop-In. They have golden fried chicken strips with your choice of honey mustard or ranch dressing, and you've got a great snack on the meal. The new flavored Sour Patch Red Berry milkshakes, so those for real milkshakes are only $2.99. Chicken, biscuits, wraps. You got a great thing going at Drop-In. Your hometown convenience store since 1981. Come on, drop in. The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304. That's really something to crow about. It's the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's in Spindale. Get yours today while they're fresh. They're good. They're delicious. It's Daylight Donuts. It's something to crow about. Happy birthday. Well, happy birthday to Bob Peeler over in Ellenboro. He's having a birthday. He's retired. He's our Be Kind To person today. Also celebrating today is Terry and Joanne Williams on their 21st wedding anniversary. They live in Alexander Mills. Jim Anderson down in the Chase community is having a birthday. Also celebrating today on this 28th is Molly Hunter. Paul and Nellie West anniversary. Joe Kemp's having a birthday, and Jimmy and Jamie Starnes celebrating an anniversary today. So happy birthday, happy anniversary to all y'all. We'll have a drawing in just a moment. Somebody's going to get some Daylight Donuts from Granny B's. Let's see who it's going to be.
Mobile phones have become extremely popular in recent years. Customers are often instructed to allow the batteries to completely discharge and then recharge to maximum capacity. Doing this 2 or 3 times usually increases the endurance of the battery. Daily trials and testings drain our spiritual battery, much as continual use drains the power in mobile phones. We lose our capacity to function as we were designed. We become more easily discouraged, find it easier to give in to a variety of temptations, or develop attitudes that are incompatible with who we want to become. As we grow spiritually weaker, we need to plug into the Lord, who is our source of spiritual power. We need to take time to recharge our spiritual batteries. If we don't, we will discover that we are drained out just when we need spiritual strength the most. Don't try to handle your problems alone. Ask for help. Through prayer, you can receive a generous charge of God's unlimited power. It's as easy as recharging the battery pack of your mobile phone. The Bible says that God's help is sufficient for every one of us, and that His power is the greatest when we are the weakest. This is Bill Hostler with today's key to confident living. Scripts for these programs are sold in book form by calling toll-free 1-888-333-KEYS.
And congratulations going out to Terry and Joanne Williams of Alexander Mills. Been married 21 years, and they've just won the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's from our drawing this morning. Congratulations to Terry and Joanne Williams. We got special Easter programming coming up. We played this last year. It's such a good hit for you. You'll enjoy it. It's called Heaven, How I Got Here. It's narrated by Stephen Baldwin. It's going to run Friday 9 to 11, and then again on Sunday 1 to 3. It's about the other man on the cross who accepted Jesus as he was being crucified. So remember me when you get. It's a great narration of Easter time. We hope you'll enjoy that. Listen, that's Friday morning 9 to 11, and then Sunday 1 to 3. How I Got Here, Easter show right here on WCAB Rutherfordton. Coming up at 8:30 this morning, Word of Faith will be back in the studio giving their side of the story. You're not hearing it from anybody else, so let's hear it straight from them. Word of Faith this morning at 8:30.
Stormy Daniels wants President Trump to be deposed about the $130,000 she received as part of a confidentiality agreement before the 2016 election. A lawyer for the porn actress has gone to court in Los Angeles.
This is Steve Futterman in Los Angeles. Stormy Daniels' attorney Michael Avenatti is asking that President Trump be deposed for up to 2 hours. In documents filed in federal court here in L.A., Avenatti says he is willing to conduct the deposition on any day of the week and any location. He says it is firmly established that a sitting president is not afforded special protection in a civil suit.
Officials are asking parents for help after yet another bomb threat disrupted classes at a Jackson County school. Fairview School was evacuated Tuesday after a threat was discovered. Superintendent Dr. Kim Elliott tells WLOS News in Asheville.
Another bomb threat written on a middle school bathroom wall.
There's backlash brewing over California's pro-immigrant laws from within the state. On Tuesday, the 4-person all-Republican Board of Supervisors in Orange County voted to condemn the laws. They also voted to join the Justice Department lawsuit, which contends that California laws are unconstitutional. Supervisor Sean Nelson.
And it puts our law enforcement personnel in a really horrible spot where they've got to take an oath to preserve the Constitution, yet start looking at whether or not they're violating it.
A man was killed on Tuesday afternoon in a crash near Charlotte. The car crashed through a bridge rail and fell 20 feet below onto the embankment of Long Creek. Benjamin Max Jones was driving a 2002 Nissan Altima and died at the scene. One woman died in a head-on crash at the intersection of Shipyard and Independence Boulevard in Wilmington last night. At least 3 other people involved in the crash were taken to the hospital. You're listening to NCN News.
The Carolina Hurricanes Homegrown Series has been celebrating North Carolina music, art, beer, food, and T-shirts all season long, and you and I have only one more opportunity to enjoy it. It's Saturday, March 31st, as the Canes host the Rangers. The final Homegrown Series night will allow you to indulge in a savory fried green tomatoes dish, beer from Apex's Brewprint Brewing Company, and you can take home one of only 200 T-shirts specially designed by Asheville T-Shirt Company. Learn more at hurricanes.com/homegrown.
I'm Patrick Johnson with this week's Undaunted ECU Spotlight. It shines on track and field athlete Courtney Warner from CB Aycock High School. The junior nursing major had a great indoor season, claiming 3 individual event titles, setting records in the 60-meter dash. Warner now owns the time at the Liberty Elite Invitational and tied the school record at the American Athletic Conference Championships. East Carolina celebrates Courtney Warner of Goldsboro and all of our undaunted student athletes. For the latest on ECU athletics, visit ECUPirates.com.
3 deputies from the Randolph County Sheriff's Office will be a part of the large Easter crowds that mark the beginning of the tourist season at the North Carolina Zoo. Debbie Fawkes is a spokeswoman for the zoo and tells WGHP News.
We have over 800,000 visitors every year that come through our gates. And on really, really busy holidays like Easter weekend we have coming up, we can see as many as 15,000 visitors come through the gates.
The damage done at an Ohio fertility clinic where a freezer malfunctioned earlier this month is much worse than first thought.
Not 2,000 eggs and embryos affecting 700 patients. University Hospitals now says more than 4,000 eggs and embryos from approximately 950 families were affected.
Right now we do not know whether it's mechanical or human or combination.
Dr. James Liu, head of the hospital system's obstetrics department, says a remote alarm failed to activate.
You can't put a price tag on an embryo or an egg.
Christina Ellis and her husband Mark are suing over their lost embryos, but it's not about the money, she says.
I'm hoping that there's some changes, that this never happens again for any future families.
Vicki Barker, CBS News.
Garner police are looking for a man wearing a gold jumpsuit who ran off after a pursuit on Tuesday afternoon. Volante Jamal Miller Torres was wanted by Raleigh police for a home invasion. He's still on the run. A popular women's magazine loses its standout placement at a popular store.
Walmart has decided Cosmopolitan is too steamy for its checkout lines. The big box store is pulling the women's fashion magazine from coveted positions near the register. The National Center on Sexual Exploitation says it complained because families should not have to be exposed to graphic and degrading material in the process of buying groceries. Walmart will still offer Cosmo in its magazine aisle. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Mike.
Get your message to the thousands. Call the WCAB Sales Department today at 287-3356.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Changes coming to Facebook with a Cambridge Analytica scandal swirling the social network today is announcing an overhaul of its security and privacy settings. And ABC's Rebecca Jarvis says there's a new way to get stuff off of Facebook completely.
On the page, you're going to see that you can access your posts, for example, your comments, your messages, all in one place. You'll be able to go into each of these individual sections and make deletions from the history, anything that you've put up on Facebook historically, a post, a a comment, a message that you have written historically, you will be able to go through here and make a deletion.
After the North Korean leader's trip to China, President Trump weighing in this morning.
President Trump is expressing an optimistic message about North Korea this morning, tweeting, quote, "Look forward to our meeting." In a series of 2 tweets, the president says Chinese President Xi Jinping, who just met with North Korea's Kim Jong-un, passed along a message that Kim looks forward to his meeting with Trump. The president also writes, quote, "There is a good chance that Kim Jong-un will do what's right for his people and for humanity." Lana Zak, ABC News, the White House.
As California's Attorney General joins the investigation into the police shooting of an unarmed black man in Sacramento, there have been more protests in California's capital. The Reverend Charles Oliver, speaking at a packed city council hearing last night, said it was suggested that more training might be needed for officers.
You don't need no training. What you do to make them accountable for what they do. That's the kind of training you need.
Today is the first meeting for President Trump's School Safety Commission. ABC's Karen Travers is at the White House.
Chaired by Education Secretary Betsy DeVos, the commission will first address the scope of its work, a timeline, and locations and topics for field hearings. The administration says it expects the commission will look for input from students, parents, teachers, school safety and law enforcement officials, mental health professionals, school counselors, and security professionals.
Students in Wisconsin finishing a 50-mile march to the hometown of House Speaker Paul Ryan for gun control today. You're listening to ABC News.
It's time to join the millions of people using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and instant wireless sharing. It'll even work with your existing hardware. Start your meetings with a single touch or use Zoom's new voice command feature. Hey Zoom, start meeting. Huddle happy. Visit Zoom.us to set up your free Zoom room trial today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Don't let the credit card companies bully you anymore. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. Get free of credit card debt, signature loans, department store cards, internet loans, and medical bills. Total Financial Freedom has helped thousands. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, too. Don't go bankrupt. You'll have the right to settle your debt for a mere fraction of what you owe. Call Total Financial now at 866-844-7344. That's 866-844-7344.
The lawyer for Stormy Daniels has now filed a legal motion to depose both President Trump and lawyer Michael Cohen. There are more questions in Washington this morning about the president's plan to use Defense Department money to build the border wall. ABC's Cecilia Vega in Washington.
Congress would need to sign off on this one, and if what we're hearing already is any indication, this is not going to come easy. Democrats are calling this a blatant misuse of funds, and even Republicans I'm talking to are laughing this one off.
At least one part of California does not agree with the state's sanctuary laws. The Orange County Board of Supervisors has voted to join the Trump administration, challenging them. Sean Nelsos is the Orange County supervisor.
It jeopardizes public safety, and it puts our law enforcement personnel in a really horrible spot.
The bodies of an Iowa family who died in Mexico being returned home today. Investigators say the Sharp family overcome by toxic gas while they slept in a condo in Tulum on vacation. Closing arguments begin today in the trial of the widow of the Orlando nightclub shooter. Noor Salman is accused of helping her husband plan the massacre and faces life behind bars. And controversy in Michigan over a build-your-own gun class. People in the town of Marshall protested after the class that taught people how to build AR-15s got started. Roughly 60 people were inside to take the class. Organizers say that it's the most attention that they have ever gotten for their class. They've put it on for the past 3 years. This is ABC News.
With the stock market at all-time highs, cash in your profits now and invest in an asset that can potentially pay for up to 20 or more years. That's the sound of a producing oil well and the sound of a smart investment. If you're an SEC-defined accredited investor, you can take advantage of Encore Energy's projects. Call now to learn how you can potentially achieve 20 or more years of income and deduct 100% of every dollar invested against all forms of income. Call 1-800-803-8511. That's 1-800-803-8511. Oil investments involve a high degree of risk and actual results may vary.
We'll see skies that vary between mostly cloudy and partly sunny around the area today. It will be a little breezy from the southwest, and that'll leave us a good deal warmer than the last few days. We'll have highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. Tonight will be partly cloudy and mild. We'll look for a light southwest wind. Our lows dropping into the 50s. Then partly sunny for Thursday. Windy at times and even warmer. Highs tomorrow 74 to 79. We'll have a chance of some showers or storms later tomorrow night. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
It's going to warm up and feel like summertime out there today, with the exception of that wind gusting to 23 miles per hour. The temperature is going to be hovering around 70 to 72 today, dropping back to 57 tonight. And then for the weekend on Saturday, mostly sunny, highs around 66, and light wind blowing. Saturday night, partly cloudy, lows around 48. Sunday morning, Easter Sunday morning, partly cloudy, highs around 69, light wind. And then on Monday, the showers come back to the forecast with some significance. But we can enjoy the beautiful weekend coming up. Right now, again, cloudy and 45 degrees. And we're calling for the sun to shine after a little bit. We're trying to squeeze that out a little bit, have a little sunshine before the day's over with. We'll see if we are effective or not. Congratulations to Terry and Joanne Williams of Alexander Mills. They've been married 21 years, and they won the Daylight Donuts this morning from Granny B's. And we are being kind to Bob Peeler of Ellenboro on his birthday. He is retired and celebrating a birthday today, so we want to make a good day for him all day today. Well, on Friday we have an open date, so if you know somebody celebrating a birthday on the 30th of March, we have an open day for the Be Kind to. We'd love to have somebody fill that one, birthday or anniversary. If you want to call Todd right now, he'll block that out for you. Be Kind to day all day on Friday. We got news from here and there, some stories to talk about coming up straight ahead here on the Mighty 590 WCAB Rutherfordton. My name's Bishop, Jim Bishop.
Another question for the Tax Fact Street Team.
Hey, IRS, there are so many tax preparers out there. How do I pick one?
I'll tell you after this.
New tax laws cause many taxpayers to lose hundreds or even thousands of dollars in refunds because they or their preparer did not know the changes, and the IRS likes it that way. But there is help available. At Central Tax Service, they will get you the biggest and fastest refund allowed by the IRS, guaranteed. Do yourself and not the government a favor. Go see Roger Jolly at Central Tax Service at 542 Oak Street in Forest City, or call them at 245-0557. With a bigger and faster refund, you will be glad you did.
While most tax professionals are qualified, it's always smart to check references. Ask family and friends who they use. Be sure you get a copy of your completed form and never, ever sign a blank return.
For more, go to irs.gov.
Hello, this is Dwayne Hunt with Insurance Service Associates. Are you on disability? Or maybe you're on Medicare? Or maybe both? Come see me, Dwayne Hunt at Insurance Service Associates, about a Medicare Advantage product brought to you by Humana. Please give me a call, 245-5301 at Insurance Service Associates, 127 East Trade Street, Forest City.
Let's look at some stories from here and there this morning. The Daily Courier is doing a pretty good story on the 7-hour standoff that ended pretty tragically down in Cliffside, which, by the way, there's some bloggers out there and some politicians that are being critical of how that was handled. Listen, those of you who are not out there, those bloggers and folks like that, if you've never been on the scene of something like that, if you've never worn a uniform or carried a badge or never been trained to be a law enforcement officer, just shut up. Just shut up and give them a chance to do their job. They do it professionally. Over time, they've taken their life in their own hands every time they go to a domestic call or any kind of call like that. So if you're a blogger or a Facebooker or whatever you're writing about and you're criticizing the police officers and the sheriff's department, just shut up until you have an opportunity to stand there yourself and see what happens. Anyway, let's see what this story is about in the Daily Courier. Man critical after a self-inflicted gunshot wound. 52-year-old Cliffside man, the sheriff talked about this yesterday, remains in critical condition at Carolina's Medical Center in Charlotte as a result of a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. This came at the end of a 7-hour standoff with law enforcement officers. Joseph Green of Boiling Springs Road in Cliffside was inside his home as officers arrived there at approximately 7 p.m. Monday. At 2 a.m. Tuesday, the standoff ended when Green shot himself in the head. Rutherford County Sheriff Chris Francis said his department received a call at approximately 7 p.m. after a Cleveland County construction co-worker concerned about Green's well-being notified 911 Communications Center. Deputies were dispatched to the Cliffside home for a welfare check on Green. After sheriff's deputies arrived on the scene, Green began shooting at the officers from inside his home. Officers were able to exit their vehicles and take cover. Francis said, "We made contact with him, and he was obviously trying to hurt himself or officers. There was an exchange of gunfire. The deputies did return gunfire, but no one was hurt, fortunately, but they were there protecting the citizens and protecting the one who was doing the shooting in spite of it. Backup deputies arrived on the scene and officers were able to surround the house. Negotiators made contact with him. According to Sheriff Francis, officers from the Rutherford and Cleveland County Sheriff's Offices and the State Bureau of Investigation attempted to talk to Green. Green later wanted to speak with a police officer friend of his from Gardner-Webb University. Francis said they talked for a long time. Green's wife was also at the scene and tried to talk with her husband. Sheriff Francis said alcohol was involved and drinking impairment was obvious. The Sheriff's Office, Special Emergency Response Team, and armored vehicles were also at the scene. He was on the telephone about 2 a.m. and officers heard what they thought was a gunshot. Then they didn't get any more response, Sheriff Francis said. Officers made sure the house was secure before entering the home. They made a tactful entry and located Mr. Green. Rutherford County EMS transported Green to Cleveland Regional Medical Center. He was subsequently transported by helicopter to Carolina's Medical Center. He was not in good shape. Personnel there tried to do what they could to save his life, Francis said. His wife was trying to assist to get him to make a good decision. Anytime there is a life and death situation, it's definitely a hard situation to go through, Francis said. We certainly appreciate the professionalism of all the deputies who were involved. They did everything possible to save this man's life. At 4:30 p.m. Tuesday, Green was listed in critical condition on life support. But yet there are those folks out there writing and talking about, well, this, that, and the other. Well, just shut up. Unless you were there, unless you risked your life for us, unless you've been out at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning trying to protect the citizens, just shut up. You don't know what you're talking about, and you're distorting the facts. So just leave it alone. Let it go. And write something that you know about. Meanwhile, another story Daily Courier is writing about. Rutherford is showing population growth in his latest census data. Rutherford County was among 66 of North Carolina counties to experience population growth between 2016 and 2017, according to data recently released by the United States Census Bureau. Rutherford County population stands at 66,551. 12 minutes after 8 o'clock, other stories out of Henderson County. Henderson County Sheriff's Office deputies and Henderson County Department of Social Services are asking for the public's help in finding a runaway juvenile. According to a news release, Emily Haydock, 17, was last seen the evening of March 25th in Hendersonville wearing blue jeans, white Converse shoes, a gray long-sleeve shirt, and a gold cross necklace. Haydock is 5 foot 5 inches tall, 135 pounds, with green eyes and red shoulder-length hair. She also has 2 piercings in her lips. If you have any information or have seen somebody who fits this description, please call the local officials and they'll help you get the information to the right source in Hendersonville. Again, 5 foot 5 inches tall, 135 pounds, with green eyes, red shoulder-length hair. And she has 2 piercings in her lip, and she's missing from Henderson County. We told you about Harold's Restaurant in Gaffney, a pretty popular restaurant down there. It's been on the National Cooking Channel. Police are looking for the person who broke into Harold's Restaurant in Gaffney just hours after the owner and another person were shot inside the restaurant. According to police, someone broke into the restaurant and bar shortly after 4 a.m. on Tuesday. Police say the suspect loaded beer into a trash can before leaving. Anyone with any information on the suspect is asked to call Detective Sergeant Blair Dennis at 864-206-3341. The restaurant located on North Limestone Street was the scene of a double shooting that injured 2 people, including the owner. 59-year-old Eddie Jerome Mott was arrested and charged with 2 counts of attempted murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. That investigation is ongoing. More information as it becomes available. Well, there's a clown running for Congress. I know some of you are saying, well, we already have a bunch of clowns up there in Washington already, but this is for real. South Carolina, a clown is running for Congress, and that's not a joke. Steve Logue is wearing his red nose with pride, appearing in clown makeup on his campaign website as he runs against 4 others in South Carolina's Democratic primary for the seat held by GOP Representative Ralph Norman. Logue was a professional clown with Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. Now the state newspaper reports that he's for reforming gun laws and providing universal access to health care. Logue is a native of Camden. who earned a degree from Dartmouth as well as Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Clown College, and volunteered for the presidential campaigns of Barack Obama and Bernie Sanders. His website is clownforcongress.com, and his campaign slogan is Aim High, Vote Low. So there you go, folks. That's down in South Carolina. Clown is running for Congress for real. Obviously, he's on the liberal side. If he wanted to work for Obama and Bernie Sanders, he's obviously on the liberal side. Well, South Carolina, I don't see him getting very far. He better stick to clowning, I guess. Polish up that nose. Well, Americans for Limited Government President Rick Manning yesterday issued a statement praising the Trump administration for already achieving major concessions from South Korea on the steel and aluminum tariffs. A lot of when that first went into place, doom and gloom. Well, already South Korea making concessions toward this and proving that Trump's steel tariffs are working. He went on to say professional naysayers and worrywarts claimed doom was upon us when President Trump announced his steel aluminum tariffs. They were wrong. South Korea's announcement that they will end dumping steel into the U.S. and double U.S. automobile quotas into the country in exchange for an exemption from the increased steel tariffs is a clear-cut victory for the Trump trade agenda. Not surprising to anyone outside of academia, the obvious outcome of Trump's steel tariff announcement was that countries would come to America wanting to make a deal, transforming the landscape towards more international trade on a reciprocal basis, evening out the playing field. Hopefully this will result in a reevaluation by those whose knee-jerk reaction always gets it wrong. So there you go, folks. There you go. The first inclination always is to be negative, but once the facts come out, there are those on the left who remain negative. Then there are the others who really want to know the true facts, decide, well, I was wrong in my negativity. I want to think more positive. When you see the results, the proof's in the pudding, as they say. 17 minutes after 8 o'clock, the Sheriff's Report with Deputy Butron is coming up here in just a moment. More than 1 million Americans have heart attacks each year. And if you or a loved one experiences symptoms of a heart attack, every second matters. That's why the emergency department at Rutherford Regional Health System is a chest pain accredited facility. What does that mean to you? It means quality care here at home that could save precious seconds when treating the symptoms of heart attacks. To learn more about Rutherford Regional and its commitment to safe quality care, visit myrutherfordregional.com.
Hi everyone, this is Karen with the Home Medical Equipment Department at Smith's Drugs in downtown Forest City. I have taken over for Rhonda for the diabetic shoe and mastectomy services offered here at Smith's Drugs. We have a wide variety of shoes that can be ordered for you after we've had your prescription and a recent foot exam. We also have a large assortment of bras, or we can order what you would like in a variety of colors and styles. Please come in and see me at the Home Medical Equipment Department at Smith's Drugs, here at 139 East Main Street in Forest City, or you can give us a call at 828-245-4591.
I'm District Attorney Ted Bell, and I'm asking for your vote for re-election in the Republican primary. As District Attorney, I've tackled areas where the law hasn't caught up to the criminals. We've had numerous incidences where toddlers ingested bits of meth that their parent or someone else in the house has dropped, resulting in extreme concentrations of meth in these children's bodies. But there's no law that actually covers that. The only one that's close is just a Class 2 misdemeanor, the same as reckless driving. I didn't think that was right, so I drafted a bill called Chemical Endangerment of a Child to make acts like that a felony. It has been introduced into the legislature as House Bill 506, and I'm working to get it passed into law. Because as District Attorney, I'm going to do everything I can to fight crime and protect our communities. Please vote for me, Ted Bell, for re-election as District Attorney in the Republican primary on May 8th. Thank you. Paid for by the committee to elect Ted Bell.
There is a Veterans Clothing Center, free, open from 10 to 1 on the first Monday of the month at the American Legion Post 74 on US 6474A Highway in Rutherfordton. There will be snacks provided as well. Veterans Clothing Center, 10 to 1 on the first Monday of the month. That'll be coming up next Monday. Here now is Deputy Butron. He gave us the report from the Sheriff's Department this morning. We recorded it for broadcast at this time.
In the past 24 hours, the Sheriff's Office has responded to 133 calls for service. The jail's processed 7 arrests, and there's currently 162 detainees in the jail. For arrest reports, Christopher Michael Barnes was charged with a misdemeanor larceny. Justin Dylan Fowler was charged with an assault with a deadly weapon. Owen Penton was charged with a misdemeanor larceny and a second-degree trespass. Eva Agnes Barnes was charged with possession of Schedule 2 controlled substance and a misdemeanor possession of Schedule 6 controlled substance. Robin Brian Frady was charged with possession of stolen goods. For incident reports, Teresa Johnson reported identity theft. Brian Kevin Cole Jr. reported a felony larceny and a breaking and entering. Amanda Workman Davis reported a misdemeanor larceny. Franklin Trent Watson reported a breaking and entering and a larceny after breaking and entering. And Sharon Bailey Gode reported a breaking and entering and a larceny after breaking and entering. That's all we have for today.
Deputy Butron reporting in for us this morning from the Sheriff's Department earlier this morning. If you missed part of that, you can catch it again during the afternoon call-around report with Tom Green here on WCAB. It's 21 now past 8 o'clock. We got a program coming up for Easter time that you enjoyed last year, and you gave us some really good reviews of that. So we're going to do that again this year. You might want to pass the word now. On Friday morning, 9 to 11, Heaven, How I Got Here. It's the story of the thief on the cross. It's narrated by Stephen Ballmer. It's a great, very impacted story, and that is Friday, 9 to 11. And then we're going to replay it again on Sunday from 1 to 3. Heaven, How I Got Here, an Easter show here on WCB as we celebrate this special weekend event. It talks about how the thief on the cross accepted Jesus as who he said he was, and how he got on into heaven. It's great, great story. You'll enjoy it. So maybe either you and the kiddos can gather around and listen to an old-time radio drama on Heaven, How I Got Here. Sports update coming up here in just a couple of minutes. And then bottom of the hour, Word of Faith speaks out. You've been hearing from the national accusers. Now you can hear from those being accused. No one else is reporting their side of the story. Now you can hear the other side. This morning at 8:30, you can hear members of the Word of Faith Fellowship tell their side of the story. It's an ongoing series paid for by Word of Faith Fellowship, and you'll hear it this morning live right here from the studios of WCAB.
Kick, and the Americans beat Paraguay last night in an exhibition friendly before a crowd of 9,825. The game was played at Wake Med Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina, inside the Triangle, and it was the first win in 3 games under interim coach Dave Sarakin, who enjoyed the atmosphere North Carolina had to offer.
I've been in a lot of venues where we didn't quite feel like the home team, and tonight, despite the fact that the stadium only holds just under 10,000, it felt like more, and I think it was a great environment for our players. You play real hard when there's people behind you.
With Duke associate head coach Jeff Capel making the head coaching leap once again, this time to Pitt, Duke announced yesterday the promotions of assistants Nate James and John Shayer to associate head coaching slots. As for Capel, he spent the last 7 seasons with the Blue Devils. Before that, he served as head coach at Virginia Commonwealth and Oklahoma. He took both those programs to the NCAA tournament. This time around, getting to the postseason will be a taller order for Jeff Capel as he inherits a Pitt team that went 8-24 this past season and 0-18 in the ACC. On the ice, the New Jersey Devils snapped Carolina's 3-game win streak while extending their own win streak to 3 in a 4-3 victory over the Canes in East Rutherford. With Carolina all but mathematically eliminated from the postseason, they've shifted into rebuilding mode again. And last night, put a lot of young guys on the ice, which head coach Bill Peters said had its own pluses and minuses.
Why not? I thought in certain situations they were good. In other situations, they showed their age. And that's to be expected.
Virginia Tech women's lacrosse coach has apologized after a video surfaced showing white team members singing a song by the artist Lil Dicky, which prominently features a racial slur, which is part of the lyrics of the song Freaky Friday. This is NCN Sports.
Confused by all the talk about a good night's sleep? There's a lot of new mattress companies, but they're all missing something. They're missing expertise. Introducing Tomorrow, the new mattress and sleep system from Serta Simmons Bedding. Tomorrow is great sleep, delivered right to your door. Use promo code HAPPY for up to $250 in savings when purchasing a mattress, foundation, and sleep protector. That's tomorrowsleep.com promo code HAPPY.
How can we meet the aspirations of 10 million North Carolinians? At the University of North Carolina System, we do it by harnessing the strength of 17 transformative institutions working towards a unified goal, prosperity for all. Today, the system is united as never before. 17 institutions, individually remarkable and collectively extraordinary. This is the University of North Carolina System.
While Jeff Capel is leaving Duke for Pitt, Tubby Smith was introduced yesterday as the new basketball coach at High Point, where he was a player from 1969 to 1973.
It's going to energize and reinvigorate me. And I've been in coaching now for 45 years, and so, but I feel like I'm just getting started.
The 66-year-old Smith was fired from Memphis after this past season. Mark Prosser, the son of late Wake Forest head coach Skip Prosser, is the new head coach at Western Carolina, where he says he's confident he can win with the Catamounts.
If you're willing to invest the time and believe in a system, and we're going to believe very strongly in what we're going to do, if you're willing to put that hard work in, I do think that day is coming. That day is coming quickly, and I'm certainly excited for that.
Prosser helped Bucknell, Wofford, and Winthrop to the NCAA tournament appearances during his tenure at each school. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
We'll see skies that vary between mostly cloudy and partly sunny around the area today. It will be a little breezy from the southwest, and that'll leave us a good deal warmer than the last few days. We'll have highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. Tonight will be partly cloudy and mild. We'll look for a light southwest wind. Our lows dropping into the 50s. Then partly sunny for Thursday. Windy at times and even warmer. Highs tomorrow 74 to 79. We'll have a chance of some showers or storms later tomorrow night. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
We're warming up nicely. We started out at 42 this morning. We're already up to 48, climbing to 72 before the day's over with some sun shining after a while. Then tonight dropping back to 57 for the overnight low. Now the weekend looks good for us. On Saturday, mostly sunny, highs around 66 with the light wind blowing. Then on Sunday, Easter Sunday morning, partly cloudy, highs around 69 with light wind blowing. And then the wind picks back up again on Monday with some scattered showers developing. Again, right now, 48 degrees. It's 8:30. This is WCAB Rutherfordton. Welcome to the Word of Faith Responds. This series of programs will address the issues concerning the negative news reports. This program is paid for by Word of Faith, and the views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the management and staff of WCAB. Now here is Word of Faith Responds.
Good morning to all the listeners this morning. We're excited to have another day, another opportunity to share with you what God has been doing in the lives of the members at the Word of Faith Fellowship. We want you to know us. We came on the radio to speak the truth so you would understand what's happening to our church in the midst of a outrageous persecution. Lies that have been told about us that were not true, and we've come to the airways to let our listeners know what is the truth about the Word of Faith Fellowship, about our pastors, about our members, and the Bible says that you know a tree by its fruit. So we came live on the air to let you know what we believe and what God has been doing in our lives. Because the lies that were printed in the media were so unbelievable to say that this was happening in the lives of human beings. And we live in a day, it's sad to say, but we live in a day of fake news, of hate speech, and people using media and social media to attack and come against people. And that's wrong. And we're here to talk about what God's been doing in our lives. You've heard heroin addicts that were set free, been on drugs for 7 years, and they are drug-free. You heard the testimony of a woman who had cancer. She lost her husband, and how God put her life back together again. We have a message of restoration. It's been that way at the Word of Faith Fellowship for over 33 years. A message of repentance, a message of changed lives. And the Bible says when you know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, that you are a new creation. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are new. And this morning, you're going to hear from a man who had some of the most devastating circumstances in his life. And as you listen, you're going to realize that most people don't even make it out of the circumstances that this young man had to face in his life. His name is Jeremy. We want you to be blessed. He's going to share his testimony, and that's along the line of the dozens and dozens that are now on our website, wordoffaithfellowship.org. Please go to the website and listen to the testimonies from our members. So Jeremy's here today to tell you what Jesus Christ did in his life. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Good morning, everybody. I'm here this morning to share my testimony, to share, that I'm grateful for the things God has done for me in my life, where He has brought me from. And I'm just start by sharing where I'm from. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. I was raised by my mother, my grandmother, my aunt, in that order. And I was raised in the projects. Now, these are like little apartments, but in these big buildings with about 100 buildings or so, and a couple thousand people living in there. And I was raised up around drugs, gangs, and just a lot of the bad stuff that most people not used to growing up around. But in this area, no one really went to church. No one really preached God or Jesus or anything. So I grew up not knowing anything. I knew there was a God, but I didn't know about Jesus at all. I just knew God was there, and that was it. Now, growing up, I was in school. I was kind of teased a lot because I used to talk with a slur, and I had kind of stuttered a little bit. And my first grade teacher used to tease me. Had this little song, had the whole class singing it, and it was I'm in first grade, so of course I was sad, stuff like that. But I told my mother about it, and she came and said something to the teacher, and it stopped. So growing up, as I got to the 6th grade, I had another teacher named Miss McLaughlin. She done the same thing also, but she would make me get up in front of the class and just to read, just to make fun of me on purpose, and I would cry in class, and she'd be like, look at Jeremy, crying like a little baby and stuff like that. And what it did, it really just made me get defensive and put a guard up towards people, and it caused me to get into fights with anybody who would make fun of me, make fun of the way I used to talk with a slur, which I grew it a little bit, but I still talk with it just a little bit. But so as I started getting into fights with people about that, because I was teased a lot, it kind of was tearing me down on the inside. I was becoming a different person. I wasn't, the little happy kid I would, running around my grandmother, my aunt, and my mother. My father wasn't there for none of my life. I got to meet him here and there, but I couldn't tell you how old he is or anything. I just know his name is Junior Regis. That's it. But anyway, my mother, my grandma, aunt, they done everything they could to, you know, to raise me the right way, like that. But growing up, the things around what I'm seeing is either you selling drugs, you're in a gang, or you playing basketball to try to make it out of we call it the hood, so-called. And so my goal was basketball. You know, it was a way I could go play basketball, and I just forget everything that was around me, my surroundings, stuff like that. It would kind of humble me in a way, I would say, you know, like a stress reliever or whatever. But I mean, when I turned 12, I told my cousin he was in a gang called the Bloods. He was a higher ranking member, and around this age is when they normally try to recruit the young kids, stuff like that. I told him that I was ready to join like that, and he looked at me and told me that I wasn't, you know, ready. This is not the lifestyle that he wants for me. Now this is my cousin, you know, that's a blood himself telling me no, you know, like that. So I was at the time I was disappointed because everybody's around me doing it, so we thought it was the cool thing to do, the right thing to do. But I believe he went back and told my mother on me, because my mother came back like a week later or something, told me that if I ever joined a gang that I won't have to worry about another rival gang. I have to worry about her getting a hold of me like that. So that I didn't have to. Good mother. Yes, a great mother. So I didn't have to worry about that, you know. So at the age of 14, 15, I woke up one morning, you know, I kind of didn't like living in Brooklyn, New York, you know, because I didn't see a out. I just see it, you know, a life of torment. You know, I didn't see a good future there, you know. So, and these are how I'm feeling on the inside. I didn't tell nobody this. I didn't tell my grandmother, nobody, you know. But I just woke up one morning and I don't know where it came from, but I just wanted to move to North Carolina. And my aunt had moved down here a year before I decided to move down here. So I told my grandmother this, and she's like, yeah, if your mother say you can, then you go down there. So I asked my mother, and my mother's like, yeah, sure. And within a week or 2 weeks, I moved to North Carolina, leaving behind good friends, family. You know, I don't know nobody in North Carolina except for my aunt and my cousin. And so I moved down here, and I started school, and it was a little different. You got this kid that's from the big city, you know, moved to, you know, Charlotte, like that, another city, but it's smaller as far as many people. And I'm doing good in school, all this other stuff, and I'm doing good realizing that because I'm not surrounded by all that negativity. I don't know nobody in the school, so I'm focused on my schoolwork, you know, and this is the 9th and 10th grade. After the 10th grade year, my grandmother passes away, and that really, like, broke me down on the inside, because my grandmother's the one I could kind of speak to. She come kind of talk to me and calm me down better than anybody else can, you know. If I'm messing up, she wouldn't yell at me, you know. She never laid a hand on me my whole life. My mother now, that's a different story, but my grandmother, she just, you know, she had that love for me, and that's what I needed. And when she passed away, it's like, I started 11th grade, I kind of started going downhill, started doing things. I started selling drugs in the 11th grade. And I made the basketball team in 11th grade, but I wound up quitting before the first game, you know, so I never really got to experience that. Something that I had made a goal of mine was to play basketball, get a scholarship, make it to college or whatever, you know, just to get away. But I started selling drugs, started falling in love with that lifestyle, everything that came with it. And I remember my aunt, she caught me making a sale one time, and she had pulled up in this big old Astro van, and I know it was her because you could hear the sound of the van when it like make a little sound like that, and I knew it was her, and I tried to take off running, but she called me and told me to come in. She had a talk with me and told me her lifestyle, which back when she was young, she kind of did the same thing also, but she was talking to me, trying to steer me away from that lifestyle, but I didn't listen to it, and this is what I want to do, and I'm like 16 now. I'm becoming a young man, and I don't really care what nobody else says. So I started hanging out with this friend of mine. Now his mother, she used to go to church all the time, you know, and she was telling me that if y'all two gonna hang out, y'all come to church. Now I would go. I probably only went like 3 times before I even went to prison or whatever. So when I would go, nobody really explained nothing to me. Like, it was just, I would go to church, but the whole time I'm looking at the clock, ready to go to get out of service. So I go back to doing what I was doing. And so at the age of 16, I wound up getting locked up for something I didn't do, but I got but for being around, I got a prayer for judgment. That's basically like a slap on the wrist almost, you know. So I didn't have to deal with that. But at the age of 17, I wanted to get into a fight in high school, and it cost me. I made it to the 12th grade, and it cost me my graduation in 12th grade. So, cause I had just turned 18, and by that they could charge you as an adult for getting into a fight in school like that. So I wound up getting kicked out of school, and I just really just looked at it like, okay, it's whatever. I'm just do what I know best, and that's what I came to believe was just, you know, running around the streets and selling drugs and all that. So fast forward a little bit to when I turned about like 19 is when I was working, but on the side I'm still selling drugs, you know. But I'm working, trying to be sneaky, like, so the cops would look at it like, oh, he's working. So, because in the area where I lived at is known for selling drugs, you know, like that. And I said, if I see him walking around my work uniform, come from work, and this and that, they know that I'm working and not out here doing no good like that. Being sneaky, what it is. And so I wound up having 2 kids. I had my first one at 22, my second one at 23. Like that. Now they are 8 and 6. Their names are Jeremy and Jakari. And I still was selling drugs when I had them. Even they would be with me when I did stuff like this, you know. And I'm thinking that's okay, but it really wasn't okay because I'm selling drugs around my kids, which is just completely wrong, you know. But around when I was 23, I wound up getting locked up. A guy had owed me some money for some drugs like that, whatever, and it taken a while for him to pay. And it was this other guy that me and my friend sold drugs to. He told me and my friend, like, watch it back. The guys that, you know, you think your friends are not, they really talking about you. They plotting on you like that, whatever. They don't like y'all. So anyway, I just played my cards the right way. You know, I didn't let the guy know that I knew how he really felt. Anyway, he said he was gonna pay me with his TV and Xbox like that. So I went there to get that, but I guess he didn't tell his girlfriend that. So when I go there, his girlfriend calls the police, and by law, if it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, which is normal time for people like us to be up, you know, even though it's not, but it's normal time, you know. Mm-hmm. So we up at 2 or 3 in the morning. They called the police, and she tell them that I'm taking stuff, which the boyfriend's right there, but he's not arguing, you know what I'm saying, telling her no, that's not the truth. So police come. She tell me my business like that, and they takes me to the county jail, and my bond was $20,000. Only needed $2,000 to get out, you know, and this is really when I started to realize that I had to change my life, because all my friends that I thought were my friends, they all turned their back on me. Nobody like just even offered up $1 just to help me out. When the shoe was on the other foot, I was there, whether it was to help their parents out with the bond or to help them with commissary or money on the phone, I was there. So I was thinking that, you know, I'd be able to get out quick, no problem. Well, my children's mother, who I thought was, you know, loyal to me, she left me within a week, you know, went just dropped everything. You know, we were together for 4 years, had 2 kids, and she just stopped everything. Now on the county jail, you can't let people see, you know, this weakness in you, because that's when some people try to take advantage of that, and that's just how it goes in there. So I didn't have no family to talk to, because I couldn't get in touch with my children's mother to tell them to call my mother or call my cousin who I know would have helped get me out. So she's telling my mother and them that I don't want to talk to them. Come to find out, that's why I haven't received a letter from my mother or my cousin or anybody like that. She's telling them all this stuff, and It's been a few times in the county jail when I was in my room, it's locked down, where I have cried, just wanting to get out, but didn't know how to. I wound up meeting this guy named Peanut, and he would hold his prayer circle, and he told me I should come, so I came and we prayed and stuff like that. But still, again, nobody never really explained, Jesus to me, like, what it took, or what he meant to us, like that. It was just praying, that was it, So I would instantly, I feel good during the prayer, but when someone leave, I wouldn't, nothing like would stay with me like that or whatever, and so I wound up getting a plea for 5 to 7 years. If I would have went to trial and lost, which I could have went to trial, and probably would have won, but it would have been hard for me because I didn't have no lawyers. I'd have been looking at 8 to 12 years. So I signed the plea for 5 to 7 years, like that. And I go to prison, and I want to meet this guy named, we called him Red Hot. In prison they give everybody a nickname for some reason. Mine was New York. His was he was Red Hot. He was in the gang called the Bloods, and he told me I needed to come to church with him. And this here's a gang member telling me, to come to church like that. And so I'll go with him. But again, I would go in there, I would receive the word, but as soon as I come out, I'm getting right back into the stuff that, I'm trying to get away from, and it's not sticking with me. I wanted to stick, but I don't know how to. Nobody's really explained to me. I read the Bible from front to back, but that it still didn't mean not. I couldn't get nothing from it, Like I read it, I feel this peace. I would be calm. But as soon as I close that Bible and leave my room or whatever, go outside, it's like I'm getting right back into that foolishness, like that. So it was these two guys. I was working in the kitchen at the time. It's these two guys named Quentin, and the other one I just called him Unc. It's the older guy. We call older guys, and I'm the young guy. We call the older guys like Unc, like for short for uncle. And they would always come with me and come to me. At the time, I would say they would mess with me. They'd be like, come to church like that, I said, nah, I'm good, church not for me, I'm about the street, that's all I know. And they would always come hit my bed, come on, you need to come to church, you need to come to church. They would never give up. And I remember this one day they kept telling me, Quentin told me, he said, you just watch, you're going to be serving the Lord before you know it. And I said, just get away from my bunk right now, and he just walked away laughing. But he turned around and pointed and said, you just watch, you're going to be serving the Lord before you know it. And I didn't think it was true, I just removed it from my mind like that or whatever, and just kept going about my life. So I wound up going to the hole afterwards just for 15 days. I got caught with some tobacco. You sell tobacco in prison like that just to make a little bit of money. Not a lot of tobacco, whatever, just enough to get by, which it still was wrong though. I'm not trying to justify it or anything. But I wound up going to, after I got the hole, after a year after I got the hole, I wound up going to a program that got at Craggy called The Laundry. And it's a program you do for 6 months. After 6 months, you get to choose any minimum custody prison you go to. I'm at medium custody at the moment. And you get your level 2s, and minimum custody you got level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 2 you get to go out on CB passes, go to churches and stuff like that. And level 3 is when you get work release, when you get to make a little bit of money before you go home. So I do the program. I'm flowing under the radar. I'm doing things I'm not supposed to, but I'm under the radar, where I'm doing wrong things, but the police don't know because I'm under the radar. I'm quiet about it, being sneaky still, And so it comes to the end of the 6-month term, and I want to go to 025. It's a prison camp in Wilmington, North Carolina, just to get on work release and make some money real quick. And if you know, it's all about money for me. I want to get money. I want to make money like that. And so at the last moment, I had heard about a friend of mine named David Sanchez, how he had changed his life around, how he had Jesus in his life, and I was like, no, not this, not the David Sanchez I know, like that. And he was like a big brother to me. He took me up on his wing, helped me out in prison, stuff like that. So I was still thinking about going to 025, but at the very last moment, was like a week before I had to make my final decision, and I made the choice to go to Spindale, North Carolina, which is Rutherfordton. The name of the prison called Rutherfordton Correction, like that. So I get there, I hear about him, and when I'm around, I hear him talking, and like, okay, like this man has truly changed, you know. And but to see it to somebody so close to me that I looked as a brother, I'm looking at, okay, this is real. How can I get that, you know? But I didn't speak on it, you know. And I'm from Brooklyn, New York, so I had like that New Yorker talk, you know, that the language, you know. So it was like a real filthy mouth, you know, at the time. And I would watch when I'm talking to him, I would say something, but I would catch myself, like, oh, I'm sorry. Something I wasn't doing before, you know. And he would tell me, you need to come to church. The very first day I got to camp, he told me I need to come to church like that. And I said, let me think about it like that. I wanted to go, but I didn't want to go, you know. And so he's like, just come. So I sat there on the bed, and they called church call like at 8:30, I believe it was. And I waited to the last minute till they called last church call to finally make my mind up to come. And that's when I went. It was a guy named Jamie Torres speaking. And Jamie Torres had a life sentence in prison in the feds, but wound up getting out. And now he goes around preaching and work from different church, prison like that. And with everything he was saying, it was just going straight to my heart, you know. And it like, if you want to accept Jesus, you know, in your life, just come to the front now. You know, they had to walk to the front, you know, and just accept Jesus in their life like that. And David Sanchez was sitting in the front. I was sitting in the back, of course, you know, trying to hide from everybody like that. And he looked up and he seen me, and he just started crying. You know, he got down, started praying, and, you know, we all started praying like that. And I felt good, but then again, like, once I left there, just like it just left me, you know. I didn't feel nothing. I even got baptized in prison, you know. Even after that, I just wasn't nothing really sticking with me like that, you know. But I wanted to make the change, but the word was not sticking with me at all, you know. So I was going to this Saturday. Sanchez told me I should come to Saturday church, where Word of Faith comes every Saturday. And he said, some good people, we should come, you know, just check them out like that. So when I get there, I think this is around time Douglas is having back surgery, so he's not there as much. And DeWitt is always on the road. So, but it's Gerald, Greg, Bobby Carter, Robert Lowry, Leanne, she would play the piano. Excuse me. And they was offering to take people out. So at the time I wanted to go out, but I didn't tell them my first visit there, you know. I just sat there. We get there, we'd sing, then they give us the word. And it was just something different. I don't know. I couldn't really explain it at the time, but I know it made me want to just speak up and ask them to take me out, you know, like that. So they wound up after that, I couldn't go out because they put me in a drug program, a dark class like that, and which I felt like I didn't need, but really it's just another way for them to get money. They gotta keep people in the seats, you know, like that, whatever, basically. So I take the class for 90 days, and I can't leave the camp for 90 days. So when I get out of that class, I go to I have a sponsor come and sign for me like that, and I start going out to Saturday church. I mean, I go out Sunday morning, my first time, and it was just like nothing I ever felt before, you know. The love, I was overwhelmed, you know, but in a good way, you know. Everybody just coming speaking to me, you know, telling me they love me. These are people I don't know, you know. And everybody just being so nice, being nice to a prisoner at that, you know. And so as I'm going to church and all that, we start coming out Wednesdays. We go out Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. And I remember I was talking to Bobby Carter on the way back one Wednesday evening, and I said, Bobby, I don't want to go back. But he thought I was talking about the prison, which I was, but I was talking about when I got out of prison. And he basically just told me, I said, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to stay here or go back to the world. I mean, go back to Brooklyn, or, you know, like that, because I already knew what was waiting me in Brooklyn or Charlotte, and I would have been the same old lifestyle. And I really want him to tell me what I need to do, but he said, just ask Jesus, you know. And at the time, I didn't know what he meant by that, but he was just like, he wanted me to seek Jesus myself, you know, wanted me to ask Jesus. And that's something I prayed on for about 4 or 5 months. I believe I had my answer, but I was still holding on to the world, holding on to getting out and going and making some money like that. And I remember it was one Saturday, right? This is how it all started. I felt like God spoke to me. He told me it was Saturday church. Gerald spoke. He preached on Hebrews 11, where it talks about Moses, where he stepped out on faith basically. He didn't want to be known as Pharaoh's daughter's son. He wanted everything that came with Jesus, you know, the persecution and all that. And after that, I feel like I got the message, but I was like, nah, that's not it, you know. Then right after that, Jamie Torres came in. He came to church that night, had service at 8:30, 8 o'clock. He preached on the same thing, Hebrews 11, the same. I'm like, what's going on here, right? So then Sunday morning, we get in service. You know, I prayed again that night, like, Jesus, just show me where I need to be, you know, like that. Mark Morris preached on the same thing, Hebrews 11, talking about the assurance, that faith, you know, that promise. And I said, okay, he told me 3 times, I'm going to listen. And this is where I need to be when I need to be at Word of Faith church service when I get out, you know, like that. So I tell DeWitt that I need to talk to him. He said, we could talk right now. But me, kind of putting on hold. I said, no, we talk Saturday, like that. But he said, okay. So he came Saturday church. Now, right before they about to call it, this voice told me like, don't tell him, just put it on hold. You know what I'm saying? Just wait till next week to tell him. And some told me like, if I wait till next week to tell him, I'm not gonna tell him at all. So I came and I told him that Saturday, like, do it. I feel like God put it on my heart, and that this is my church and this is where I need to be. And he like, that's great, you know. Didn't nobody tell me that I need to come here, you know, like force me anything like that, whatever. I feel like God put on my heart for me to be here, you know. And cause this is my family, you know, y'all are my family, my church. They love me, I love my church, and they'll do anything for me and vice versa. And it's like once I told that to do it, just like something was lifted off me. I was just more happy, like walking around happy. But what came with it was because when you about to get out, everybody want to know when you're in minimum custody, everybody know you're about to be released, so they want to know what you're gonna do when you get out. So I would go around to when I get out, I'm staying with Word of Faith, and the things people would say after that, you know, I'm learning to be a humble man, you know, like that. But the things people would say, I would get into arguments with them. But then at the end of the day, I'm like, why am I arguing with these people? They're the ones that's winning by me arguing with them. You know, they don't know. They never been out there. You know, they just going up with their hair, you know, like that, whatever. And I was just getting into arguments after argument. But then after a while, I just like, you know what? It's pointless for me to argue with these people. That's what they want to believe. That's what they want to believe. And it got to the point where people asked me, like, so where you going? I would tell them. And they would say things, and I would just smile, you know, like that. Just smile. So you come see for yourself, you know, like that. They're like, no. But it's also been a few that, you know, that know the old me, that would be like, look, I'm proud of you, you know. I mess with you just, you know, because that's what we do in there, joke around. But I see the change in you, you know. They said one guy, he like, we getting up for work in the morning. He said he was watching me, and he said, I'm over there just singing songs like that, getting ready for work. He said, I'm just over here laying on my bed just miserable. But looking over there, seeing you happy and smile made me happy, you know, like that.
Amen.
So, like, I'm grateful because I'm not the same person I used to be. I'm glad, you know, God dealt with me. I'm glad I went to prison for them 5 years because it allowed me to sit down and for God to reach out to me, you know, and just deal with my heart and make me a humble young man that I am today, you know. And it also helped, like, I couldn't be that same man and have 2 kids and get out and let them see that young man who I was, you know. Because back in 2014, my oldest son asked me, he said, Dad, what did you do to go to prison? And I just told him I was bad, JJ. And he said, I want to be bad too. And that kind of just, like, it really broke my heart at the time because he didn't know what he was saying, but I knew what he really meant. He wanted just me to be there. He wanted to be with me, you know, just to, you know.
And Jeremy, you're going to see your children soon, and they're going to see a new daddy.
Yes, they are.
We just have a little bit of time left. You are a miracle. It's obvious you've had a changed heart and a changed life. And that's what it's all about. And we thank you for listening today to this miracle. And you are welcome to go to our website, wordoffaithfellowship.org, and listen to the miracles of lives changed by the power of God. Have a great day.
Changes this morning in the way you can on Facebook. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis says, unlike the old system, all of the social networks